Hi guys, welcome to the first vlog of the AJ and Andrea channel. So obviously it's just me who's here. So hi, I'm Andrea, and the reason why it's just me who's here is because of the quarantine. So let's just hope in the next few videos we will be having AJ here with us. But for now, I will be talking about quarantine glow ups. It's a very big trend nowadays, and during this quarantine, we have undergone a lot of quarantines. We have the ECQ, the GCQ, the MGCQ, and during this first time of isolation, we have a lot of free time to do stuff that we have never done before. We have a lot of time for us to, get to know ourselves more, get to know the people around us more, and, have a very deep and personal relationship with the Lord. The quarantine, and why do we need to have it? It's because of the coronavirus, and as you can see, coronavirus cannot be seen by the naked eye, so we know that we cannot actually fight it with guns, or we cannot actually have a diplomacy talk with this virus, because it's a living / non-living organism, which is a kind of parasitic one, because it lives on a living host and runs its own course, so that the disease that they carry would actually die out on its own pace. So we cannot actually tell this virus to stop, because we need to find something or find a cure for it. So that's why we need to isolate ourselves to keep ourselves healthy, because health is wealth. So I know it is a privilege for me to work from home and able to earn some money still during this time of quarantine, while a lot of us or a lot of people have lost their jobs or have been forced not to go to their work, even though their work requires for them to be on site every day. And I salute those people who actually still go out during this GCQ and put themselves at risk. So I am very blessed and privileged to be able to work from home in the comfort of the four corners of my house. So I salute all those people, or all our frontliners that have to go to their work every day and risk their lives just so that they can survive during this pandemic. So hands up to you guys. So a lot of people have decided to have glow up, have a glow up transformation during this free time during quarantine, and it was it's their resolutions: be more fit, eat healthier, find a new hobby. There's a lot of things that these people have done to keep themselves entertained during this time of forced isolation. And I would like to say that I have done my own part of glow up, and it's really fulfilling to see that something is improving within me and out of out of my physical appearance. And I'm proud to say that in my physical journey, from 65 kilograms to 55 kilograms, that's a really big improvement for me. So for everyone who has the same journey as mine, good job to you guys. So a lot of things that I saw people do during this quarantine is a lot of social media, discovering new hobbies, spending time with their families, work from home or school from home, learning new things, and of course a lot of glowing up. So what does glow up really mean? So according to Urban Dictionary 2015, glow up means to have an incredible transformation. But despite all these physical transformations, these physical glow ups, these skill building glow ups, what does glow up or transformation actually mean by the Lord's standards? So let me read to you 3 verses, and we'll go over these verses one by one. So these verses will be 2 Peter 1:5, 2 Timothy 1:7, and Romans 12:12 too. So let's go over these verses one by one and join me in studying these 3 verses.
So 2 Peter 1:5 says, "For this very reason, make every effort to add to your faith goodness, and goodness, knowledge."
So the main thing that 2 Peter 1:5 is emphasizing is the effort that we need to put in for transformation. Of course, it is the Lord that gives us the transformation, but it couldn't work in us if we don't exert an effort or have the willingness within us to be changed, to be transformed, to have this goodness, to have this smaller waistline, for us to have this new skill that we are trying to have. So it's all about determination and putting an effort for us to be transformed. So of course, nothing good comes easy, and nothing that lasts comes easy. So of course, we need to really work things out on our own and have, put time, determination, effort, and willingness to be able to be transformed into something that we want to be transformed to.
2 Timothy 1 verse 7 reads, "For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline."
Next, for 2 Timothy 1:7, the main thing about this is for us to be transformed, there must be the Spirit that is given to us by the Lord. So it's the Lord's power who's working with us. Now that we have this willingness, we have the determination, we have to let the Lord do His work on us. So, for example, He said in 2 Timothy 1 verse 7 that He did not give us the spirit of timidity, but a spirit of power, of love, and self-discipline. So it is the Lord that is working with us. It is the Lord that gives us the power, the self-discipline, the love that we need to be transformed to inside and out. So it's the Lord who gives us all these transformations as well, gives us the power to be transformed, and works in us to be able to change for the better.
Romans 12:2 reads, "Do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve that what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will."
So according to Romans 12:2 is that do not conform in the ways of the world, but be transformed in the renewing of your mind. So again, be renewed in your mind. So it is our determination, it's our willingness, and the Lord's power working together for us to be transformed. And now that we are transformed, let us not revert back to who we were before. We are upgraded by the Lord. So let us not be lesser than who we were changed into right now. Let us keep on improving ourselves, making ourselves better, and maintain these changes that the Lord has given us for the better. So of course, there is always points to improve and work on it to be improved, and maintain the strengths that we have been given, or improve it as well so that it will be perfected in the Lord's timing. So there are a lot of things that I learned during this quarantine. So first of all is self-control, and the next is discipline. So during this forced isolation, I was able to take myself on a journey on eating and being healthy. I was able to control myself to eat a lot of junk food, sweets, and stuff, and be also disciplined in waking up early so that I could work out and achieve this goal that I have for myself. Next would be self-love. So I was able to know more about myself than I ever did, and I was able to love and accept my imperfections, my flaws, and I was able to, see the weak points and the strong points, and be able to improve them and maintain these strong points that I have. Next is that I was able to appreciate my family, and I was able to spend more time with them, get to know them a little bit better, spend more bonding times with them, talk with them, do a lot of stuff together, and I was able to appreciate the value they have for me. And of course, I have learned to appreciate those people who I was always with, my workmates, my friends, and a lot of people who I care about. So I realized that the time I have with them was something that is really precious to me, that I wasn't able to value it to its full extent. And of course, we need to be present during conversations, and I always use my phone during those times. So I learned to be more present during conversation. And then I actually realized how to spend my money wisely. So since this is a privilege for me to be able to work from home and earn money still, doesn't mean that I can actually splurge on it during my free time or buy some things during online shopping just because I'm bored. So just because I have the means doesn't mean that I have to use it all up. So I was able to save more money right now, and I was able to know the value of money right now for me. And lastly is that I spent more time in deepening and learning more about the Lord and having a deeper and more personal relationship with Him because of all this free time that I have to spend in time in prayer, to spend in time in reading His Word, letting Him communicate to me, and showing me what needs to be done with myself. So that's all for today. I hope you learned something from all these realizations that I have during quarantine, and let us all pray that this pandemic will end soon, and we know it's the Lord who can actually have the force to stop this all up. Let us continue praying for our frontliners, for those who are sick, and encourage them to be able to be used by the Lord mightily during this situation. And thank you guys for listening. I hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!